Hi, sisters!
Hey, brothers.
This is our podcast
For our book, Paper Things.
In our lit circle. Now we're going to start with the plot.
In Paper Things, Audriana and Gage Hazard left their guardian, Jana, to escape her rules. Their mother's dying wish was that Audrey would get into Carter Middle School, a school for the gifted, and that Gage and Audrey would always stay together.
So when Gage can't live with Jana and her bossy attitude, Audrey follows him in hopes of staying together. They were living with no home for more than 2 months, living wherever they could. They couch surfed from several apartments, storage buildings, shelters, and houses.
Audrey enjoyed staying at Chloe's apartment with her roommates and a shower, but in cases where she has visitors, they must make do with other places.
From the beginning of the book, Audrey was falling behind in most of her classes. It was hard for her to find quiet places to complete her homework, and she was constantly worrying that her dip in grades would prevent her from getting into Carter. But she still didn't do anything about it.
There was a time in the book that was exciting, since Gage got a job at Jiffy Lube, and the siblings thought they could finally get an apartment. Their favorite apartment was gone by the time they had to get a lease, to show Gage made under a certain amount of money.
One night when Chloe and Gage went on a date, Audrey couldn't take it anymore. She called Jana and hoped to get back to her regular routine. When Dana wanted Audrey to complete some numbers on his bucket list, she said she would do it, if Daniel helped her get into Carter.
To do this, Daniel told her to make up her own leadership role because the last roles were announced the week before. She came up with the idea to bring back the Eastland traditions.
Audrey was in the newspaper and told everyone about how she was homeless. She sent that newspaper in with her Carter application, and she got in despite the ups and downs in her grades and everyday life for the past few months.
Audrey wants to strengthen her relationship with Daniel and Keisha and make new friendships along the way.
Have you not found your bread yet? Well, listen up, buddy. You should try dough bread, a soft, crunchy, moist bread that fulfills all your depressions. It's so magnificent, and it comes in the shape of a corpse. Hashtag double vocab. I love bread. Everybody loves bread. Bread is life. Let's get this bread!
Now moving on to the setting. The book Paper Things has Audrey and Gage traveling in the state of Maine. The book takes place in the winter because Audrey's ripped shoes always have water and slush in them. Audrey and Gage move around the city every night to places like Gage's girlfriend's apartment. Chloe lives in a neighborhood that has many drunks, bag ladies, and drug dealers. Brick lives in his tiny studio apartment that is located on the west side. One of the many times where Gage and Audrey didn't have anywhere to go, they stayed at Perry and Kristen's house. The two married couple live in Southport, which is very far from Audrey's school. Audrey attends school at Eastland Elementary. Every day after school, Audrey walks to Head Start, where Carol and Fran watch kids all day.
Next, I'm going to be talking about the theme. The theme of the book, Paper Things, is home and family. Audriana undergoes a tough decision where she has to choose to go with her guardian, Jana, or her older brother, Gage. If she chooses to go with Gage, she loses the daily necessities and comfort of a home. On the other side, if she chooses Jana, she has to accept not always having her brother by her side. This means she gives up another valuable piece of her family. Having to choose between either can create a lot of stress and have a major impact on your health. Being without a home or family is a hard reality to face, and not a lot of people can understand that. But in the book, the author, Jennifer Richard Jacobson, crosses this tough theme and gives an understanding to what challenges people deal with when going through these problems.
Shout out to Super Clump Cat Litter. It clumps and it's super! Only $9.11 if you call 911 today. They'll give you a free coupon for $6 off and help you get your furry little friend out of a tree. No returns for kitty litters. Grocery use kitty litter. Do not actually call 911. They will get mad. If you have a furry little friend stuck in a tree, then buy a ladder to help out instead of bothering the emergency room. The whole $6 off thing can be found on the inside of the kitty litter container, so use the litter so things won't get bitter.
Now moving on to the analysis of main characters. There are two main characters in this book, Audrey Hazard and Gage Hazard. Audrey is 11 years old and goes to Eastland Elementary School. It is her last year there, and she is determined to go to Carter Middle School. This determination is a good example of how Audrey tries to live her life. She's a strong-willed person who is trying her best to stand out and be the greatest she can make herself. Gage, on the other hand, was 20 years old, out of school, looking for a stable job and home for himself and his family. He has to make many decisions and wants the best for his little sister. Gage is a caring person and persistent to make the best for everyone. Character changes.
In the novel Paper Things, the main character is Audrey, a homeless 11-year-old. She goes through many events that will change her life forever.
One of those events that happened was when she and her brother decided to leave their stable home just because they didn't like Jana's rules.
This decision led to a couple months of struggle and a lot of uncertainty in their lives, but this uncertainty was what changed Audrey.
Audrey realizes that no matter what events she is going through, if you are determined enough for something and try hard enough to reach your goal, anything can happen.
In the beginning of the book, Audrey did not have this mindset, and she didn't believe there was any way for her to get into Carter. So that is probably the biggest change she had throughout the story.
Other small changes she has gone through are a change in friends. She gained a friend in Daniel and Reggie, but sort of lost the connection she had with her former best friend, Sasha. Quick shout out to Murica Pencils, the best pencils in the world, manufactured in the one and only USA. Everyone else is number 2, but we are number 1. Because if you ain't first, you're last. Only available in red, white, and blue, because those are the only colors that matter. Yee, brothers.
So I rate this book an 8.5 because it was a good and deep book, but it's not the genre type I'm into.
I think this book should receive a 9 because it has a lot of potential and this is a real problem that happens in the world today.
I rate this book a 7 because it was a good book that told a good story, but I wasn't fully interested and excited about reading it the whole way through.
Heartwarming.
Powerful.
Enlightening.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.
It's been a blast.
Y'all should go get some paper things and read it on up.
Bye,
Bye,
sisters.
sisters.
Bye, brothers.